Looks like it's just me again, but we're gonna record it so that we can build some content for YouTube. Thanks for you guys who've been checking in with that. Remember to like and subscribe and leave comments. It really does help generate with the algorithms and all, generate some more traffic to our site and what we do. Yeah, so again, this is going to be a self-practice. I'll give some options if you have a partner, but I know some of you are home alone. I'm home alone right now. My daughter's with her mom for 2 weeks, so I am here training, and yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the training. Is definitely strange and getting used to it, but yeah, so today we're going to work on some things out of kind of some variations on some things out of this book. Is the Systema manual. Really great book. Konstantin Komarov, Practical and Fundamental Training Guide. Has some just great exercises. A lot of the stuff we've been working on has been just pretty much straight out of that book, with some variations on other things that you see in the Systema world. But yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to try to contain everything on a yoga mat. So I know some of you have limited space, so I'm going to join you with limited space. And obviously, if you don't have limited space, feel free to move around more. But I just wanted to show you guys that all these drills are possible. And yeah, you don't need a big studio. And yeah, man, let's get started. So, breathing, we're gonna do a similar breathing technique that we've been doing, which is in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we're gonna developing a counting method. This counting method I started doing before I ever found Systema, when I used to run a lot. It's a great way to take your mind off of running and a great way to replace your oxygen and freshen all the air in your lungs. So inhale and exhale on your steps. So in one step, out one step. And then we're gonna do a pyramid up from there. Inhale 2 steps, exhale 2 steps, inhale 3 steps, exhale 3 steps. We're going to be running in place and running around our little yoga mat. So yeah, let's get started. 1. 2. 3. 4. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'Relax your arms if you want. 8. 9. 10. 10. 15. 13. 7. 5. 3. 2. 1. Relax. Good. So if you were just joining us, we were doing breaths in and breaths out with steps. So our next exercise is going to work on kind of our panic response and tension that comes from that. Very pertinent to what's going on right now in the world. So we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to run. And when we feel like we're ready, we're going to blow all our air out, push all the air out of our lungs and seal it. And keep running with no air in our lungs until we need to take a breath. And when we take a breath, I think we did enough push-ups today. We did a lot of push-ups this morning if you did this morning's workout. So we're gonna go to sit-ups. And when we do our Systema sit-ups, one thing to strive for is loose legs. Okay, it took a long time. It takes a lot of people a long time to kind of keep the legs relaxed. Our tendency when we sit up is to use our legs to help us, right? And that's a lot of hips and connection with the whole body unit, right? And we want to be more specific about how we're using our muscles and be able to relax our legs, have relaxed legs while we do our sit-up and relaxed arms. Even when I was running, you can see this is the tendency to run. It helps to locomote like this, to not have your hands in the way of your legs, but also good to practice having loose arms while you're running. Get tension out of your shoulders, tension out of your chest. So our Systema sit-up is kind of reminds me of like Dracula sitting up from his coffin. Right? We're gonna just curl up and try to test your legs, see if you can wiggle them, see if they're relaxed. Right, while I'm doing my sit-up is a good test. Because a lot of people are gonna do this, right? Especially sitting up, right? So we want to try to start getting rid of that. So anyway, we're gonna do our running in place on our mat with no breath in our lungs. When we need air, we're gonna drop to the floor and we're gonna breathe with kind of like the breath we were doing, one step in, one step out. So to get our air back. And we don't want a tunnel vision in that moment also. We want to stay aware of listening to the cars, listening to the room, wherever you are. If your family's around or you have roommates or whatever, what are they doing? What's going on in the house? Spread your awareness out from outside of your sit-up and your breath. Get a whole awareness of the room you're in. Look at things with curiosity while you're doing your sit-up. And then once you have your breath back, you're gonna jump to your feet, run again, and blow all your air out and run for as long as you can. When you need air, drop down, sit-ups, okay? So running, and breathe all your air out. So deep breath in, push it all out, seal it. When you need air, drop down, look around. When you feel like you have your air back, hop to your feet, run. Breathe all your air out. Right, look around, breathe. When you have your air back, hop to it. Let's go. Breathe all your air out. Get it? Keep going. If you're using one leg to get up, use the other one next time. Air out. Back up. Run. Air out. See, I close my eyes, I've got something into my awareness. Expand your awareness. Look around. Let go. Air out. Good. Take a second, lie down on your mat. Relax. Slow down your heart. Get your breath back. Tell your heart to slow down with your breath. Up. All right. So, if you're doing this, that should start inducing a little bit of a panic state, a little bit of a adrenaline state as you deprive yourself of air and your lungs, similar to being underwater, you're gonna have that like, I need to get to the surface. And then we wanna just use the breath and use our sit-ups and use our movement to allow that state to pass, to move forward through that and to, again, spread our awareness out for lying down afterwards and doing your breathing and trying to slow your heart down. The thought of just slowing the heart down starts with words, right? Slow down, relax, slow down, slow down. If you connect those words to imagery and connect those words to belief and really see that with your breath and feel your heart, when does it slow down? When does it speed up? What does your heart listen to in that moment where you're trying to slow it down? And what kind of thought speeds it back up, and what kind of thought speeds it, slows it back down, slows it down. And really connect with that idea of asking for something from your body, asking for relaxation, asking for calm, and seeing what your body responds to. It might be different for everybody, but yeah, to me, imagery and seeing the whole picture instead of just using words, slow down, relax, those are ideas, and those ideas become reality. And so connect with the image of reality and the response that your body's having. Really connect with your heart and feel what your body's responding to. So we're gonna, this one's kind of brutal. We're gonna do 5 or so minutes of just a crouch, right? On our feet, on our flat feet if we can. And we're gonna just walk around our mat in our crouch. So forwards and backwards, spinning side to side. Try to relax. You can put your fists down. Help if you have bad knees, or dealing with hips. All these things are going to come into play in our mobility. So you can put hands down to assist yourself. You can go backwards, right? And open your hips. Okay, and just keep going. Breathe, look around. As you get tired, these might give you more trouble. Again, don't hold yourself too high of a standard all the time. It's okay to give yourself some help. Your hands down, breathe, fists, right? Connect with the ground and take some weight off of yourself, right? Connect, move. The fists and straight arms can help you stand up tall. Open hips and move. Big steps. Open hips. Whoa. burn. It burns, it burns. Keep going. Another minute or so. So that type of exercise might start a different type of psychological panic, psychological problem, conundrum, where it doesn't not want to keep doing that all day. But that's a good one to set a timer for 5-10 minutes. We did, I think, 5 or so. So we're just going to kind of keep moving. You can develop your own practice and add these things to it. So roles. We're not going to analyze it too much. We're just going to stay on our mat. Can do log rolls, shoulder rolls, forward and back. Okay. A few concepts. One thing I really like for learning the shoulder rolls is to point somewhere, right, and keep your eyes on that spot. See if you can not let your body get in the way of that vision. So if I look at you guys, I see the whole time my right leg, my leg that's closest to where I'm looking, is going to touch first. And I'm going to look under. Right. One more time. So eyes pointing. Right. This shoulder, it's a shoulder roll, right? So this shoulder is connected. This leg is going to lead. Okay. You can hang out here, right? This is a great way to practice kind of our rolling mobility, is to just allow this position for a little bit, work on our back, work on getting comfy. Okay. And then, see, I point, my shoulder is connected, this hand is free, this hand is free, right? Legs. And goes under. My vision goes under. You can see the whole time. Again. Roll. And then I can go the same way if I want to do my front roll. Over the shoulder. Okay. We'll just add that detail. A lot of things we can work on is reaching and rolling from there, allowing one limb to guide your roll. So if I want to reach under, I can use that to guide my roll, and it sort of happens. Same with the leg, I can reach a leg, and that will start my roll. Okay. So if we want to keep it on a yoga mat, a little trickier, but good puzzles, right? When I get to the end, right, and down. I want to go under. If I want to go back, oh, I ran out of room. Okay, what do I do? And go. Right. Little puzzles are good to create for yourself. Just keep rolling. Don't force anything. When we reach these positions, right, your neck can get strained. So if it feels like you can't keep going, let it not keep going. Go another direction. Fall off your mat, that's okay. The floor is not level. Okay. Keep going. Roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll, roll your body. Breathe. Use one limb to guide your roll and start turning from there. So I'm with my elbow and just let that turn me. Or my knee. Let that turn me. Or my foot. My hand. Hand. My head. Head. Great. Knee. Foot. Breathe. All right. Well, let's call it there for now. So we started with kind of my experience with this class. It's good to talk about things. If you guys take the class or you do this stuff on following along on YouTube or you followed along on Facebook Live, give a little description of what you went through, what it felt like, or anything. How was it for you? For me, that panic from, or the kind of tension created from breath holding and dropping to sit-ups was kind of a bigger panic, a bigger tension as we moved into rolling, and we moved into this walking in squat, walking in duck walk. That element of tension, that element of panic, that element of something holding us, a thought or a muscle or whatever it was holding us, or, you know, it was more subtle as we went on. So, but the kind of bigger breath holding and adrenaline in the running and sit-ups, finding what little piece of that is in the rolling, what little piece of that is in the squats, that was kind of what I got out of the exercise today, is finding that little piece, and even when it's subtle, being able to identify it and work on it and move forward. So this type of thing you can develop. You can take an hour, you can take 2 hours. You can set your timer and give it more time if you want, but these are some places to start and things you can work on for your whole life in Systema. Breathing and moving. Once again, breathe, relax, have a structure, and keep moving, and bring that through your day, and you're practicing Systema. Those are things that we've been doing since we were born into this earth. So recognizing them and working on them every day is what makes it Systema, and realizing that even though we took a first breath, there's a new way to breathe all the time. There's a new way to relax all the time, a new way to hold yourself with structure, and a new way to move. And don't think that you've figured it out, and always be curious and exploring. And yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Peace.